In just over 3 seconds, I was able to get all the water that I needed on a whim, and unfortunately, a lot of people take that for granted. For most Canadians, we don't really think about where we get our drinking water from. Unfortunately, it's not like that for a lot of other parts of the world. Almost 70% of our Earth's surface is covered in water. So why is it such an issue? Well, just because we have a lot of water doesn't mean it's all drinkable, or if it's accessible. Almost 97% of the world's water is salt water, and we can't use that. And of the 3% that is fresh water, 2% of that is locked away in glaciers and ice and snow, leaving us with just 1% of the world's water to help 7 billion people. So if the Earth has all this salt water, have we figured out a way to use it yet? And the answer is we kind of have. It's called desalination, a process where we literally take salt water into fresh water. It works by using a lot of filters to help filter out larger particles such as sand and algae. And then, in order to remove the salt particles, which is the tough part, the water is forced through very fine filters at pressures that would be equivalent to almost 100 elephants standing on a single manhole cover. A process known as reverse osmosis, which just makes sure that the waste salt solution keeps increasing in concentration and accepting more salt. This concentrated solution gets disposed of, and the fresh water is sent off to be treated and off to your house. So if we have this great technology, why don't we see it along the coasts? Well, it isn't perfect. These facilities consume a significant amount of energy in order to operate. The equivalent of powering almost 30,000 homes is required for every single day of operation. And in addition, our disposal of the concentrated salt waste isn't perfect either. A lot of times it ends up re-entering the marine environment after only some slight dilution, which has potential for significant negative impacts on the local ecosystems. The good news is we're getting better though. More energy-efficient methods are being researched for use every day, and plants are expected to monitor surrounding water salinity to proactively detect and mitigate any changes. So why does this matter? As Canadians, we have one of the largest sources of fresh water in the world sitting right in our backyards, the Great Lakes. And it's not been immune to decreasing water levels as the result of our increases in consumption, up to almost 329 liters of water per person per day. The second highest water usage rate in developed nations. So how can you help? Well, just start small. Make sure you turn off all your faucets and make sure that they're not leaking. Get involved in your local community projects and go all the way up to your federal MP. Let them know that you support and want to contribute to projects that help preserve our water for generations to come.